Hello, and welcome. I'm Diana. So you know what you're in for, I'm going to be introducing you to a setting I love, with a story everyone there knows. Glorantha is a world with a complicated history and a lot of myth, but you don't need to know much to enjoy playing RuneQuest, which is set there. Here's a simple version of the biggest myth in Glorantha to get you started. Yelm was the emperor of the world. He was the sun god, and he looked down on everything and ruled everything. He kept everything the same, so change was difficult, but life was stable. An air god killed him. Orlanth was a great big storm, and storms can cover the sun, but in this case, Orlanth used a sword called Death, and it was a bad idea. The sun died, and that was the first sunset. There wasn't a sunrise. There was an eternal time of cold and darkness, with sky gods doing their best to keep the lights on, and everyone fighting everyone else. The seas invaded the land and the sky, overcoming the gentle and the malign gods of the earth, and bringing their wars to heaven, conquering everywhere they flowed. Storms raged. The air was a violent element, and it had nothing to stop it. Storms and currents and winds fought everything they could find. Crops failed. With many of the gods and goddesses who had been nurturing now choosing to pick up weapons, the grain goddesses could not grow. The children of darkness started eating everyone. Evil gods took advantage of the violent times, and some of them plotted to bring in a worse god, and so the devil was born. The cosmos died. Glorantha was broken, and it was too late to change anything, and too late to resist. And people resisted anyway. Trolls and elves and dwarves and animals and people refused to die. Orlanth realised that the situation was a problem he had made, and it was his fault, and that made it his responsibility. He set off to find a solution, and he met other people who were doing the same thing. They all needed each other, and nobody was strong enough on their own. But they found Yelm in the underworld, and they found a new way to live. The whole universe came to a compromise. The fighting forces would have parts of the world as they had remade it, and so now the sky is the blue colour of the sea, and the sun dies every night, but now he rises every morning as well. Orlanth is a huge storm and the most important of the air gods, but he also brings fertile rain, and the clouds always clear after he's passed. The gods might not like it, but they share. Most importantly, all of the gods bound themselves by this compromise. They're locked out of the world and locked into being what they were when the compromise was created. There are lots of different ways of telling that story. The different gods tell it different ways, and they all have their own secrets, but that's the simplest version. People didn't give up, and the rebel god Orlanth helped to bring back the sun. In Glorantha, everyone shares that history of having fought back. Orlanth's journey is called the Lightbringer's Quest, and the struggle of everyone who didn't give up is called I Fought, We Won.